Hello, everyone. I am Matthew Thomas, and I'm with two very special guests. They are from the band Rags and Riches. Give it up for the two brothers, Tanner and Peyton, out of Kentucky. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having us.
So, how's everything going over there in Kentucky?
Going good. Just ready to play some shows this weekend.
Yeah, definitely a drought of shows with, not going on with everything. So I'm definitely looking forward to get some shows. I know you guys will be you have two big shows coming up, one in
Yes,
Fort Wayne and one in Mishawaka this Friday and Saturday. How are you guys feeling about those shows?
really good.
Yeah, we're
Really
super
good.
excited.
And how do you prepare for a show? Is there anything like, any special preparations you make before you take the stage?
I mean, little things, I guess, but for the most part, just a lot of practice that goes into it and preparation. Kind of all that happens weeks before a show.
You got an interesting style of music. I don't really know exactly like what to call it. I mean, you incorporate a lot of different elements, and it's always very different, very unique from like each song to song. How'd you guys develop that interesting and unique sounding style?
Um, I guess it really just came from our inspirations growing up. Were crazy all over the place. Like our parents listened to anywhere from like Dave Matthews Band to Tupac and stuff like that. So like growing up, we had tons of influences, and so we just decided like honestly we wanted to kind of be like a Queen type thing where they didn't necessarily stick in a genre and just kind of went all over the place. So
Yeah, and I pick up a lot of different, influences and styles and everything. I was listening to "Don't Look Down"
Yeah,
this morning, and it feels like a very like an intense song, but it's also very mellow at the same time. Like
yeah,
it confused me.
yeah.
yeah.
So, and how'd you come up with the name Rags and Riches?
So we were working here in Lexington, and we were working at a rug shop. Like we went and picked up people's rugs and stuff for cleaning, and I think that's probably where like the rags came from. Just, but we were driving around, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just blurted out "rags and riches" because we wanted something that connected people, like no matter if they come from like poverty or extreme wealth, like that connected people overall together as one, and we felt like Rags and Riches was the perfect fit.
Yeah, definitely. I really like the meaning behind it, and I like just the name of it. It goes with everything. It flows with everything you guys got going on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so you guys are independent band, meaning you're not signed with a record label, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Correct.
So what are kind of like the challenges and advantages of being an independent band, especially right now?
You want that one?
It's a loaded question, I know.
Yeah.
I would say some of the advantages are you're free to do basically whatever you want. But right now during COVID, it's I guess, a disadvantage is we don't have like a backing necessarily to push us further during this time. So we kind of had to raise funds by ourselves and everything like that during this time whereas if you were on a major label, they would push everything for you. So it's been difficult during this time, but also it's been good, I guess, as far as like we've been able to write and do things like that. So
Yeah, and like the overall what we do anyway is here at the house. Like Peyton produces all of our music. We do everything in house. Like he does all the graphics and everything as well. So it didn't affect us too much in that part. Just more of the touring and uh, that side of it.
Yeah, it's affected everybody. I mean, not just, the independent bands, but the independent venues as well. Like everyone's been hit very hard with,
I know.
not being able to do any shows or very little shows.
Yeah.
yeah,
And you guys, I've checked out. Like, I really like your music videos. They're
Thank
all, and like with the music, it's all different. It's all unique. Summer Night, one of my favorite ones. So,
Thank you.
you guys, it's all cool. Like you guys, you produce everything yourself, and you tell it's unique and it's genuine.
Thank you.
thank you.
So, I got a really fun question I got for you guys. I'm very curious because this is a
Okay.
good one. If you can only listen to one band, you can listen to a whole discography. Who would you listen to if you only listen to one?
Hmm.
That's a hard one.
It's a tricky question, I
Yeah,
know.
go ahead.
Um, let's see. I'm trying to
Putting you
think.
guys on the spot, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's hard.
Um, honestly, probably Queen.
That's a good pick.
I was thinking if I was gonna go more classic, I would have chose Queen, just because they have so much stuff and the influence. Say if I couldn't listen to anybody else for influence, they would be the perfect fit because I could get inspired by so many different styles. If I was going more like modern, I would probably choose someone like Imagine Dragons 21 Pilots because I really listen to the entire discography all the time. So
Those are some very good picks. I agree. Queen, they have a wide variety of songs. Now they have like hard rocking songs, but then they have like the opera kind of,
yeah,
sounding songs. So those really good picks. Imagine Dragons, 21 Pilots, always very good. For me, it would be Motorhead. I would
oh
pick
yeah,
Motorhead.
yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
Yeah, definitely a very, very hard rocking band.
Yeah.
So, all right. So now I have another unique question. I'm gonna put you guys on the spot one more time.
Okay.
What music are you listening to right now?
That's tough.
I asked the hard hitting questions here on Super Cool Radio.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say John Bellion, Jeremy Zucker. Let's see. I'm trying to think who else. Chelsea Cutler. More pop kind of stuff right now.
For me, like some of the same stuff, but earlier today I listened to the Only by the Night, like Kings of Leon, that album. I
Yep.
almost listened to that whole album all the way through today. Just something that I wanted to go back to. We're writing a song right now that I mentioned something about seeing them like on that tour. And I was like 16 years old, so we're writing a song with that reference in it, and I just wanted to go back to it and just to get that like feeling of. So that's something I'm listening to as of like today.
Very, very cool pick. And that kind of leads me to another question now. Like,
Yeah,
so when you guys are writing and producing music, do you listen to music to get inspired to write your own music?
We do.
yeah,
Just I guess kind of get influences like just from different artists and styles, and then we'll kind of like be like, well, we kind of want stuff like this, but not like obviously not too similar, but we want stuff like this as well, and kind of just throw a bunch of ideas together and.
we'll like put like 10 to 20 songs on a playlist and just listen to that playlist and like kind of like develop the song around those songs, but stay away from sounding too close. But at least to get like maybe these five is for lyrical reference and these five are for this and so on. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
have to have a good balance of
yeah,
sounding your own unique sound, but also trying not to rip other people off as
yeah,
well. There's a balance.
yeah, exactly. I think it's funny because like we'll have sometimes like when we first started writing, there was like we'd pick like one song and be like, we want this song to sound like this. And then Peyton starts making the music and it literally sounds nothing like that song. Like it just, we still have the feel of it just totally different.
Yeah, and that's what helps, craft your own unique style of music that, you guys bring to the table. Like you started with something but wound up completely different and, it's your own.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be as I said, two big shows coming up. You have Fort Wayne, Mishawaka this weekend. And
Yeah.
for people who have not seen you guys like myself, what can we expect?
It's a lot of energy. We do a lot of drum stuff. That's kind of our big thing is drums. Peyton's a drummer, so even when we're writing the music, that's kind of built around the drums. Uh, it's just a lot of fun. The crowd is very engaged. Like we keep the crowd really engaged and keep them involved with every song possible. Like we're not just performing; the crowd's doing something on each song, like with us, and it's very, I don't know, it feels intimate no matter how big or small.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I've talked to some of my friends who know you and listen to you, and they've talked you guys up a lot. So I am really looking forward to the hype here.
Thank you.
And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on Super Cool Radio. Very
Absolutely.
fun time. But I got one more thing before we go. I know
Yeah.
this is a little bit of a challenging question because
Okay.
2020 has been a very unpredictable year. But what can we expect from Rags and Riches for the rest of 2020 and into 2021?
So we have some more singles and stuff that we're working on right now. That's kind of our priority. And then at the beginning of the year, we're kind of looking at spring, summer to like get back on the road. Obviously, that all is due to like if COVID allows.
Yeah.
So, but that's the plan. Is mostly a lot of music that we're working on and have been working on during this time that we're ahead of and want to get out for people to hear. So that's kind of the main priority is more music for everyone.
And any kind of hints on what kind of music you're going with, or?
It's different than like the next single that's coming out on October 9th. It's called Tension of the Season, and it's very, very different than anything we've written, but we feel it's like the most relevant song to like now that we've written. And it also stems from like our, not to get too sad or emotional with it, but like our grandfather back in April had a stroke. And it was really difficult because with COVID, we couldn't get in to see him at the hospital, and it was just a nightmare. And so I had that title, Tension of the Season, like written down on this huge board we have of all these titles for a very long time. And then we felt like, okay, now's the time. And Peyton started making this song, and then out of nowhere, I was like, it just stuck back out. And so that's the most current thing coming up is that single on the night. And it has a music video with this one as well.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I like the background about it. Um, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So make sure to catch Rags and Riches. They'll be in Fort Wayne this Friday. They actually had to move it. I believe it's in the Muse on Main, I believe now. They actually moved to a bigger venue.
Yes.
And they'll be in my hometown of Mishawaka, Indiana, this Saturday at the Smokestack Brew. I'm looking forward to it. I hope everyone else is looking forward to it. If you have plans or don't have plans, make sure to see these guys live, either Friday, Saturday, or both. Show up to both.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. For Tanner and Peyton of Rags and Riches, I am Matthew Thomas from Super Cool Radio.